host of the Gridiron.
Fourth and goal to go with the 2. 34 seconds left to go in the ball game. This is the play right now. Takes the snap. Targeted goes in. Targeted all alone. And the quarterback keeps. Wow, what a call. Nobody touched him.
This was maybe quite possibly one of the reasons why they had another private workout with him, right? Because sometimes what Shane says, right, and I've heard other GMs talking on podcasts and stuff, is when you're sitting down with somebody or you got a private workout with somebody, right? Sometimes it's not to see if they're good for your team or you want to pick them, right, or they're the right guy or whatever. Sometimes it's to cross them off your board. You want you got when you're picking this high and you're trying to pick a quarterback, you got to make the right pick, right? So they cross their T's and dot their I's. They're trying to come up with every scenario, right? They want to, they saw him at the pro day. I mean, Shane's seen him before. At his pro day, they had a private workout with him. They talked to him a ton of times, and all that. But sometimes they're doing a due diligence. But apparently, according to this one article here, is that not only Shedeur, but a few of these guys were not. Shedeur Sanders, Milroe, and Shough's giant workouts reportedly didn't seal a decision. Tyler Shough. The Giants reportedly didn't reach a conclusion after holding workouts with a trio of top quarterback prospects just a week before the 2025 NFL Draft. The Athletic's Dianna Russini reported that while the Giants made waves last week by scheduling a last-minute private workouts with Shedeur Sanders, Alabama's Jalen Milroe and Louisville's Tyler Shough told those workouts didn't necessarily seal any decisions. Russini added that it's clear New York is doing its homework and explained that the team is preparing for multiple scenarios. The team had Sanders ranked as its number one quarterback heading into the combine, but things have since shifted, Russini stated. For now, I'm told that they want to be ready for anything, including the possibility of drafting a non-quarterback at number 3 and then trading back into the first round later to grab their guy at quarterback. B&R's NFL scouting department predicted in this mock draft that the Giants would select Penn State edge rusher Abdul Carter, number 3, and then grab Milroe with the number 34 pick after signing veteran quarterback Russell Wilson and Jameson Winston this offseason. New York can afford to take a chance on a rookie and have him develop behind two giant, between Wilson and Winston. Giant fans will be anxious to see how things play out when the 2025 draft kicks off on Thursday. But you'll notice here, right? They said the workouts between the Louisville quarterback, the Alabama quarterback, and Colorado quarterback, I'm told those workouts didn't necessarily seal any decisions. So, but they didn't talk about Dart, right? Because obviously we know Cam Ward is long off the board, right? But they weren't talking about Dart. So that's somebody we're going to keep an eye on. Now, once again, this is stuff people are hearing, and, we'll have to wait and see. Once again, anything's possible, right? No, it's going to be, after the Giants pick at 3, right? Whatever you got to do, you're going to grab a sandwich, go to the bathroom, whatever, come on back and get ready, get your popcorn ready, because you want to hang in there for the whole rest of the first round, right? Because where do these quarterbacks go? Where does Shedeur make it to the Saints? The Saints does somebody jump into the teens and grab one of these quarterbacks? Do the Steelers take a quarterback? Do the Rams take a quarterback? Then if any of those guys get back into the 20s, right? Or if there's one of them left, right? All of a sudden, say Milroe's gone, Sanders gone. Of course, Cam Ward's long gone. You got Dart on the board, and he's at number 24. Does somebody want to jump in front of the Rams to grab him? Does he make it past the Rams? Right? Does he make it to 27, 20? He got a quarterback. Quite possibly, maybe, this is what these guys think, right? Not me. But one of these guys are high on Dart. They're gonna. I can't see him sitting. Dart will fall to us. We'll just wait here at 34, and he'll fall to us, and we'll hold hands and sing Kumbaya, and we'll have Dart. Woo! No, you have to go and get him. So, it's going to be very interesting draft. Very interesting draft, because after they pick a 3, anything can happen. I'm not saying the Giants are jumping back into the top 10, but, they certainly could, as I said, if you look at the NFL draft chart, each position is assigned like a certain value. If they pick 34 and 65, and you took the value of those 2 picks, they can almost literally jump back to like about number 20, which is right in front of the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I said, and that would still give the Giants, that would give them possibly their quarterback of the future. Maybe they would have Carter, quarterback of the future, and they would still have a 3rd-round pick and a 4th-round pick. So, it would be very, very interesting. Very, very interesting draft. So it has a different feel than it did last year. Last year they took Malik, and it was kind of like, okay, if last season, if these quarterbacks started making it into the late teens and the 20s, that didn't happen. They were getting snatched up left and right. It was like they're going out of style, right? The quarterback, the Falcons took a quarterback. They just signed Kirk Cousins to a $300 trillion deal, right? And they took a quarterback. So it was like they were getting scoffed up. So none of them last year, really made it that far. So after first 10, 15 last year with all the quarterbacks almost like gone, it was kind of like, the first round, it wasn't over, but pretty much for the Giants, it was. I really didn't see them jumping back in the first round for anything. But this season is certainly definitely different.